For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler. It's time for the first edition of the Patrick Stanton Show here in 2022, currently joined by Wheeling University head cross-country coach Patrick Stanton. And Patrick, you guys are getting ready to start your season. You've gone through your training camp. Talk a little bit about what you've seen from your team through this training period.
Really just seen a lot of consistency. Our team was super consistent with summer training. For most of them, the freshmen and the returners, we took a big step up in their mileage. We really want to take an investment to raise their volume a little bit and try to raise their aerobic threshold a little bit. So we took a big investment in that this summer. I've been really impressed with how well they've been able to handle it, kind of work through just like the ups and downs of the training cycle when you raise your mileage and you're asking more of your body. But they've been able to handle it really well. They're really seeing the benefits of that as we kind of shift our training cycle into the more like competition period of it. We're seeing some really fast times in our like quicker interval workouts, and they're seeing the benefits of like all that mileage over the summer. So just faithfulness and consistency is really what I've seen so far.
And on both sides, you have some great returners. We'll start with the women's side. Savannah Anderson, Caroline Fodor, and Sophia Tamano are all back this year. Talk about how they're doing and what their leadership's going to provide to this team.
Yeah, they've been awesome. I mean, they've really helped set the tone for like just what it takes to compete at this level. Luckily our freshmen have been really strong too, and they haven't really given us any trouble on that. But the upperclassmen have really kind of set the tone for like what our team is all about, the culture that we have, the close-knit nature of it, and the energy that we like to bring. They really helped set that tone at camp. We did a lot of really fun activities for team building and to try to be a little bit more vulnerable with each other and create some of that close-knit culture. And they really helped set the tone with that. And then definitely in terms of the work ethic, I mean, our returners are running the highest mileage on the team, of course. So I think the freshmen and the newbies, they all kind of like look up to that and see like, okay, if I keep putting in the work, like Isaiah was running, what I'm running last year. So I can be running what he's running next year if I just keep putting in that work, like in terms of mileage and things like that.
And then many of these returners, especially on the men's side, a young team, Isaiah Browning, CJ Anderson, they competed in the distance events during track season. How does that help them, or how do they translate that success that they had in track now into cross country here in the fall?
Yeah, I mean, the training cycles build right into each other. When you're training for the 5K, 10K on the track, or even the 1,500 in the steeplechase, your training cycles aren't going to look wildly different from what you're training in cross country. You do a little bit more hill work. We do all of our work like on the grass and things like that in cross country. But we're still running high mileage. We're still like doing like the VO2 max interval work. So they don't look all that different. They really just kind of progress into each other. So like I said, for Isaiah, like we really just want to take an investment and raise his mileage over the summer. He's come a long way over the last like couple of years. He was running maybe like 20 miles a week in high school, and now we're getting his mileage up there to running like real male college runner types of mileage, and he's responding to it well. CJ had a little bit more of an inconsistent summer, but we're really just trying to build some more consistency. He's had some bad luck with injuries and COVID and things like that. So we're trying to find that consistency now. And he's coming a long way over the last couple of months, and he's starting to find it.
And you mentioned you have a lot of strong freshmen coming in on this team on both sides. What have you seen from this freshman class, and how do you feel they're going to help the team right away?
I've been really impressed with the freshmen so far. They've really just kind of come in, hit the ground running, and they're going to be instant contributors. On the women's side, Sydney Hamble and Gabby Biano, I mean, they're going to be instant contributors on this team. Sydney's been running with our top three pack. Her, Savannah, and Caroline have been like a really close like 1-2-3 punch. Gabby's been a really solid 4 for us. She's also a swimmer, so she kind of splits her time from the pool and the roads. But they've both been really strong. They fit in with the team really well. They bring a great energy. They work hard. They don't question what we ask of them. They just put in the work, trust the process, and they're seeing the results. They're going to run a lot faster than they did in high school.
Currently joined by Wheeling University head cross-country coach Patrick Stanton. And Patrick, you guys got a little bit of a warm-up with the Bob Kramer Invitational here in the beginning of September. Running that race and just getting a chance to compete, what does that do for your guys as you get ready to go into the actual competition season?
It really just helped us bust off the rust a little bit. The cross-country runners, they spend all summer just running mileage, basically. So they haven't raced since May for most of them. So they want to just kind of get back in that racing mindset. It's a really fun team day. Like we had the whole track team out there. We had alumni there. There were a ton of students from across campus who I didn't expect to be there, didn't know who they were, but they were out there cheering for our team. So it was awesome. So just a really cool team day. It was really like a day where they just kind of got together and saw what this program is all about and can really feel that. More than us just like talking about it, they could really feel it and feel the energy that we bring during track season, cross-country season, and everything. So kind of just feeling a little bit more of that Cardinal culture that we've had in the past, showing the freshmen what that's all about. And then, of course, just getting back in the racing mindset. Isaiah had a really strong day to lead us, went 8:59 for the 3K on the roads and on grass, which is a huge PR for him. So it kind of gave him some confidence going into the racing season. The girls all ran great. Really, from top to bottom, it was a solid day. I think we could have raced a little bit better, but that's what the first one's all about. We want to take some things back that we can learn and grow from going forward.
And we talked a little bit about it before. You have a little longer season this year with the Fall Festival. What advantages does that have, or maybe what disadvantages does that have for your team, and how do you work through that?
For our team specifically this year, like I've been saying, we wanted to raise our mileage. I've said it 100 times at this point, and the team's heard me say it a million times. So it just really gave us more time to do that. It stretched out our racing season a little bit, so we didn't have to start racing as soon as we got back to campus. We could spend more time in that like aerobic training zone before we started the race-based stuff and things like that. And it's hard to do all of those things at once. Run high mileage, do hard race-paced workouts, and race, and be a student, and have a social life. So it was nice that we could kind of spread things out a little bit and focus on one thing at a time and build into things a little bit more gradually.
And finally, you guys head into the Kutztown D2, D3 Challenge this week. Talk about what you're looking for from your runners in this first race of the year and how they can grow from it.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. We're really excited to start racing. It's going to be a good meet. It's not a huge meet. I think there are somewhere between 12 and 15 teams signed up. So it's not going to be a huge, overwhelming event. But it's going to be a really good competition, really deep competition. I think on the women's side, there are 4 of the teams ranked between 6 and 10 in the Atlantic region who are going to be there. And on the guys' side, I believe there are 3 top 10 teams in the Atlantic region who are going to be there. So it's going to be a really nice test for us. Our goal on the women's side is to try to get in the top 10 in the Atlantic region. So that's a huge step up for us. That's a big goal. So we want to see where we stack up early on in the season. We know either way, we've got a lot of season left. We've got a lot of training left to do. And a lot of these teams have a race or 2 under their belt. But we want to see where we stack up early on. So we're just kind of excited to go compete, learn from it, have the girls run their first 6K for the freshmen, and the freshman guys run their first 8K and kind of learn from that. So we're excited to take a lot to learn from and build from going forward, and also to kind of see where we stack up early on.
Thanks, Patrick. Good luck in your opener, and we can't wait to see you next week.
Awesome. Thanks, Zach.
For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler.